How is that even fair? You're just button mashing, Flip. There's no skill to that.
Awesome. Today has been great so far. Hi, Jay here again. Looks like we're playing against some DA. Nice to run into DA on ladder. Definitely a change of pace. That name seems really familiar. I feel like I've seen him in chat somewhere. Do we play the Preacher on 2? Indeed we do, because unlike Asmodai, you do not have a ping that gets rid of this. Azrael. Gonna try and find a solution for this maybe. There are 2 flankers in DA, so thankfully he's just going to gain some energy, create an interceptor. I think I pronounced that right. I didn't actually read the card. I saw enter and I pronounced it as I saw it, so I hope that's enough. Drew the DI, kind of dead. Definitely just gonna make a Crusader here. Gonna put a health on that. He either has the 3E flank troop, or he cannot clear it with melee, so I think this is the correct option. Hand looking pretty good. There it is. Does he decide to break faith, or... Yeah, okay. Us still chilling at 0. 3 health on that. I could deploy a Crusader and ping. I think I'm going to relics though, yeah. I would say screw this Preacher in particular, I'll find another. I am just going to clear this and gain the faith while I can. I think I've become more fond of relics in the latter days with my experience against Space Wolves. There's a lot of it. And the more and more I run into it, I'm just, you know what, just jam it on 4. We'll make up for it on 5. So, alright. Do want to remove this Interrogator. Slaying down a Seraphim. Let's get the buff, put an extra health on it. Which probably doesn't matter, he's going to clear it anyway. At least I think he'll clear it. We'll see. What are your options, good sir? There's the smaller flank troop and the slightly larger flanking troop. Gonna solve that problem. I'm glad to see these now, because in the later game, I absolutely hate seeing them, so I am really glad these are out of here now. We are on 5 faith. Gonna ping this off. Debating real heavily, I guess. I was debating whether I wanted to or to cast the Crusader first, but I guess it doesn't matter. I was just thinking heavily in my head. Processing brain error. I guess it shut down for a second. Run some Windows dial-up for you. Did anyone ever have that issue in the 90s? Your mom like cut off, had to get a phone call, and then your internet cut off? I remember I was playing this MMO back in the day, and I had just hit 25, and I was so excited because I looted some fire sword. I'm like, this is awesome, and I was killing Cyclops, and then all of a sudden the internet shuts down. I thought his did too for a second. Alright, never mind. Another flanking troop. So that's possibly 2 left in his deck besides Deadly Hunters that we're looking at, if he does run the full set of 6 plus Hunters. How are we going to solve this problem? 5 health is chunky. Ping this. Cleansing Flames to clear if I wanted to. Actually, no. I'm going to clear with face and use the Zephyrum Superior to clear. This puts a 3 health troop on board that he's going to have to solve a problem to find because he's running out of flankers. This might get a prayer off. Ah. Gonna buff this. Okie dokes. Tempo DI, JK. Out comes the Rhino. Putting a health on this. Pinging this down. And I don't even want to deal with it. I'm just going to get it off the board. Empty board versus Rhino is always scary for your opponent, so leaving that on board gives him the opportunity to clear Rhino, and I don't want to see that, so I want this to stick around for a turn or two. Another one. This time with the teleport proc. Oh no. Ooh, questionable. Opts not to clear the Rhino. Opts to clear the Sacred Rose Sister instead. He could have meleeed with that ability and cleared the Rhino, I think. Alright, we'll just slam another. I feel like this ping's bad. Unless I'm clearing with Rhino. Yeah, I think I really should have played the Zephyr Superior there. If I was trying to get that off the board. Instead of using talent. I think that's a misplay. But I'm working with what I got. And this is the option I've chosen. Ah, Spooky Troop. This thing's gonna hit hard. Clears both of the Rhinos. Pile on some damage. 2 and 2. Cleansing Flames targets the middle one. Zephyr Superior for maximum energy uses. Yeah, there we go. Curve out the best you can. Auto pray. Prayer on here. And pass the turn. Into overtime we go. Okay, that can be terrifying.
The hunt never ends. Duty compels us forward.
Gets the teleport proc.
To me, Dark Angels, victory is at hand.
What a generically named card. Captain. My lord. Alright, ping this down. Deal range damage to clear it off. We can clear that if we want to. Looks like I'm debating it too. Range attack for 3, melee for 2 on the Warlord. Yep. Okay. And what do we do? Celestine Jam? Yeah. Jam it. Solve this. That's how I feel every time I play that card.
Caliban's rage echoes through me.
I feel like Celestine's one of the weakest legendaries for sisters. I think the card's incredible. It's really good. I just, out of the legendaries, I feel she is probably one of the weakest. I don't know. It feels like she doesn't do enough. I know she's big and chunky, and it's a 7/7 flying for 7, and that's good. And she has invulnerable the turn it comes out. Like, it's all good stuff. And yes, that's a strong card. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe she should gain a faith. Knock down the regeneration to 1 or something, and she should gain a faith. Or maybe the invulnerable thing should be a faith trigger. Like, if you have so much faith, then she gains invulnerable. That way, if you cast Rites of Restoration on her, she can come back into field with thing. I don't know. I feel like there's some boards where I play her and she doesn't do enough. Alright. Gonna opt to kill the Celestine. That's 1 down. 1 piece of hard removal. Ooh, secret time. We do have a lot of pressure on board. Maker Crusader. Revive the Celestine. Believe in the Emperor and you shall walk in his light. Gonna apply some pressure here. Making sure we're getting to that 9 faith lockdown. Even a little over for extra kill. Putting some health on this stuff. Hopefully we will provide lethal next turn. Not looking hot for our opponent, so I don't know if he has many outs here. Deadly Hunters doesn't do it. He would need Deadly Hunters plus some secret, maybe a refill.
Target priority assessment. Others await our
Looks like conceding is the answer. Oh, I would say what a pleasant surprise, but it's Safa. In my opinion, this is a top tier deck, so has been or was last season as well. So always terrified of the Uprising combo. It's very scary, very spooky to play with. We shipped their full hand, but looks like we have something to work with here. Pretty good hand. See what our opponent decides to do. I made an awesome edit, and I'm super glad that you guys will get to see it. It's just a stupid meme like the rest of the stuff I come up with, but I really enjoyed working on it, so... Definitely one of the my favorites so far. Going to throw a prayer on myself, and another prayer. Hopefully this will equate to 2 faith. Sometimes you just get 1, but really that's kind of all you need sometimes, too. Worst comes to worst, we can put a Crusader next turn if he has a way to peck us, but it doesn't look like he has any additional damage in hand. Bow is going to give us a improvised barricade. How very generous of him. You gotta love that. We're gonna get rid of that immediately. Sorry. Get rid of that, throw our shield, and go to 3 faith. This is pretty well positioned if I had to think. Just because our hand's awesome. Dropping Crusader into Preacher next turn is going to be super cool. Oh, especially if he has low board development. It's going to make it kind of not good for him. I think he really needed to develop something this turn. Out comes the Crusader. Nice chunky 2 armor on it, an extra attack. Well, because of that 3 faith requirement, even going to tack on an extra health, that's going to be super hard to remove. It is a 5e turn. I think it's possible. I don't think it's likely. We'll put it like that. Okay. Going to hand us one of these, and we are going to get rid of that. Thankfully, that works right into our 5e turn, because we just planned on casting a Crusader anyway. So pitch that to the side. No offense, but I do not want your gift. I will be returning it to Macy's. Throwing out another Crusader, and start slamming. If you ever returned a gift in your life, it's super awkward. I don't really recommend it. This problem looks like it can compound pretty fast. He's going to need a solution to that Preacher and the other one in hand, or else he is going to probably have a bad time. Last season, I got knocked. Somebody bashed me for running Preacher, saying, "Oh, that's so old school, blah blah blah," and this season it is shining through the roof. I have been more than pleased with this card. It is very strong. I don't know if that's because the meta's changed a little bit, or it's just very required now, but it's good. It's really good. Every time I get to have Preacher pump out a Crusader or 2, and I have 3 faith, it's usually just a compounding effect where it buys me so much time. How are we going to get rid of this situation? Let's ping this. Face is a go. Life is a resource. We're going to spend some of it. We're going to play another Preacher. Or no, the Sacred Rose Sister. And into a Crusader. And, why not? Ooh, decided to go face and use the Preacher to clear that. Okay. I was like, how's this opting out? That would have been a pretty embarrassing misplay. Losing 4 damage. Definitely under some threat. Not getting any faith this turn, but there's a lot of stuff on the board. Alright. Looks like this is the start of an uprising turn. Just gonna try and clear some of this board, and I think he kind of had to do this too because he was falling behind really quickly. I think he would have preferred if those were neophytes, but work with what you got. Out comes the backstab. Gonna pick this off and put some junk in my hand. Thank you for the poison supplies. It's Mom's fruitcake, everybody. Gonna pick off that Crusader. Damage this one. Alright. Could slam Addy if I wanted. Ooh, do I? I don't know. Definitely thinking about it. Are we gonna do it this time? So what's going on in my head? What do I want from this route? I don't want the poison supply in my hand. I would like to develop a rhino. If I play the poison supplies, I can develop the rhino, but I won't be clearing board. So it looks like I'm going to clear as much board as possible. Alright. Now what? Don't want to play Addy because we've already burned a bunch of troops off the board. Out comes the Crusader. Preacher behind it. Play poison supplies. Okay, poison supplies. Maybe ping to remove the 1/4. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I was like, there has to be an option here. So he's got more or less 2 damage on board to damage the Crusader, unless he somehow finds a way to pump these troops. I keep wanting to call them minions. It's such a Hearthstone thing of me. Definitely looking at developing this Preacher again next turn. I think that Uprising turn really brought him back into the game quite a bit. Otherwise, we were really going to run out of control with it. Alright. That thing is somewhat scary. Noted. So he's going to ping this. Put that at 1. Almost DI'd on accident. Out comes the Addy. Go up to 9 faith. Pick this off. I'm thinking if I want to trade the Crusader in. I may not. I may leave it there so it's an extra threat. I do. Okay. I was like, I could trade it off with the 1/2, but I don't really know if I want to do that. This gives him a hard decision, because now he has to play a flank troop to somehow break some shields and get all this damage through. Because there is a big chunk of blast on that unit, but we're trying to avoid that with the shielded troops. If it sticks around, we can play Amalia next turn, get rid of it that way. Got this Dead Sister Repentia in the hand, not for this matchup. I haven't really found a home for Rhino either. Alright, more troops hit the board. Gives us some more junk. Still playing troops. More junk. Pretty good ping right there. This is going to allow him to clear. Ooh, even makes it invincible. This could be gnarly. Alright. So this turn, I made a unique decision, I think. This board's really scary. I could play, like, Rhino and some other stuff, but I was worried he was going to have a Metamorph turn and pump all his troops, and I was going to die. So, even though there is a invulnerable troop on the board, I DI anyway. I don't want to die to him swinging at me. And Sappha is completely capable of doing that. GSC does it pretty frequently, so I am trying to avoid that. Gonna play with the Rhino. I don't care if it dies. I'm worried about dying myself. This turn we can remove it. He's gonna put a lot of damage out. Clears both troops. That's expected. He could have another big turn right here too. Gives us another jump card. Oh my lord, our hand is full. We are definitely getting pinged. We went from a pretty crazy board state into what I feel is a extremely unwinnable position. I concede. Think I'm dead on the swing out, so I just say save time, go next. And this one, it's Stormcaller. I don't know what else to really say about it. Not really a big fan of this matchup, but we're gonna power through it. I would post less of it, but it's really all I see on ladder, so you guys are doomed to encounter it with me. Gonna throw the prayer and the other prayer, and we are not expecting the shield to stick or our prayer to go through. Just literally to gain 1 faith. That tends to be the case against Njal. It's it is what it is. You just have to power through it until they change mechanics or card design or fix his talent, whatever. This is just the way it's gonna be, so gotta learn to adapt. By adapting, we finally have our Sister Repentia, which is for this matchup. See how he wants to deal with this problem. Can't play a Hunting Wolf here. Or a Tide Wolf. Doesn't want to do either of those things. I'll gain faith off that. Seems bad, right? Don't want me to gain faith. It definitely caused a little bit of a mental load. Our opponent is taking some time to think this through. He's like, oh, that card. I can't attack that with troops. So, he can't kill it as of now. With, Blood Claw into melee talent he could. But I think if he had that he would have played it by now, right? So looks like we're running hot. He did not hit Blood Claw to remove this. I'm going to cast talent. Okay. Lightning to proc. It's gonna put the damage up to 5. Still got 4 health on it. Okay, now down to 2. He ranged attacked it. Cool. Going to put this at 3 and play a Vanguard troop as well as this. Now this is a really awkward position because he wants to clear the Crusader. However, he doesn't want to cast Lightning, and he also wants to break my faith as well. Sister Repentia is making this very awkward for him. Again, some mental load, really thinking this one out. Yeah, it makes the card very unique. The game state changes when this is in play. Normally, you're just having your troops removed, doesn't matter what they are, except he can't really play wolves because wolves attack at random, and he could crash into it and give me free faith, which he's definitely trying to avoid. That's why these turns are taking so long. He's thinking out his process and what he wants to do here. We'll have to see what he resolves down to picking. This is like the amount of time it takes when I do math, so must really be looking at some options here. Math is hard, man. It was fine back in high school, but when they started adding numbers and letters mixed, I'm like, bro, the alphabet doesn't go with numbers, right? So it just got rough. Alright. Going to clear that. We'll have to see where the pack leader strikes. Pretty good. Got the 50-50. This is okay with me. We have the sister there. I'm going to probably put a shield on that. I would imagine so. I don't think I'm cracking the face with it. Alright, we're going to play the Preacher. This is just kind of development. I feel like I have to play this. I do miss a damage here, so if you notice, I tapped the screen where my talent was. I noticed as soon as I slammed it, like, oh, I still have energy. So if I lose this game by one health, we'll know whose fault it is. Minor error. User error. Didn't really want to develop Sacred Rose. You never really want to cast that with less than 3 faith. Otherwise, those troops are dead in the water, more or less. Especially against Space Wolves. I'm coming up on our 6E turn, which is something to note because I haven't mentioned it yet. We kept the Adelaide? I think it's a hard A. And we kept Addie and running with her. I like this card a lot in the matchup. Because this is his 5E turn. And on 5E, a lot of people play Drop Pod. And Drop Pod releases all your troops. So, releases 3 Grey Hunters. We don't see it this turn, but it could have happened. Interesting. Develops that instead of clearing. I really feel like he should have cleared something here, or maybe he doesn't have a great hand. I feel like there definitely were better options. Leaving me with troops on board, super awkward. I didn't get into faith off that. This is the one that heals. So what are we going to do from here? 2 faith, man. I don't know how to feel about this. This is like a new territory for me. Let's go to 3. And instead of deploying a Crusader, I'm just going to gain a faith and deploy Sacred Rose and try to gain more. See how the cookie crumbles now. Pretty interesting. Getting 3 faith without Addy is or relics in that matter, pretty good. Doesn't happen in every game. Doesn't happen in many games, we'll put it like that, at all. So hopefully we'll at least gain some faith here and then be able to crack down our Addy and get up to 7 or 8, maybe 9. Our opponent taking his dear sweet time. That's fine though. Game is hard. Never claimed game was easy. A lot of people say this game is easy. Simplistic for a card game, maybe sure, but you do have options. There are decisions, and your win rate is reflected by your decisions and things to process out, so as well as some RNG and a couple other variables, but you know, he's gonna pump this up. That's a lot of health. Alright, I'm guessing this is Living Lightning. Gonna take out the Preacher, identifies the threat. Living Lightning does come down. Crazy roll. Got all 3 shields. Nutty. We do go up to 6 faith. Thinking this one through. Almost played Addy, changed her mind. Gonna play the Crusader instead. Yeah, don't want to put it on the. Don't want to put that extra health on the Crusader. That's about to die anyway. Could have pinged, but instead opt for the Flyer, the Zephyrum Superior, which I cannot make prey because that text box icon is in the way. Our opponent DC's in Rage. That's a joke, by the way. He came back, so probably just an unstable internet connection. I also play on no Wi-Fi, so I understand. I think one of my major complaints with this game is if you play on high settings, and this is crazy because I have a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Got it last year. Was the newest phone on the market, and I play this game. Ooh, Birth of a Saga. This is gonna be neat. I play this game, and sometimes I get things like I play Exorcist, and there's so much stuff going on the board that the game will actually crash. Since the game crashes, when you go to log back in, it won't continue the game like Hearthstone will. Automatically considers it a loss, no matter how much time has passed. If you can make it back in 10 seconds. My phone loads really fast, but it just doesn't count. 2 pack leaders, gnarly. But yeah, you can get some pretty unfair crashes. I think that's due to high settings, and I don't know why, because, like, you know, top of the line phone on the market, you would expect it to be able to handle a little bit of a... If I could play ZZZ on my game, Zenless Zone Zero, which is crazy amount of graphics, I play that on Ultra sometimes, I can surely play a card game on high settings. But then, sometimes it crashes. Specifically Exorcist, it does not like that card. The missile animation is too much. Up to 10 faith. Wish we had a DI here, but do not. Out comes the Addy. We're gonna crack into this taunt bad boy. There's 1. Here is 2. An instance of 1, then an instance of 1 again, because he has a lot of armor. Trade off. Oh, wrong one. I actually let go of it there, however, since I didn't move my icon off of it, it still prayed, so... Interesting. Removed most of his board. Sing at 10 faith on AE? It's a Winter Wonderland miracle, guys. Pretty threatening board position for our opponent. The 9 faith threatens lockdown. And that can be pretty spooky. So anything he plays is just sentenced to be stuck in a position for a long time, technically. Interesting. Makes a Grey Hunter instead of drawing 2 cards. I wonder if he just wanted more board control. I would think you'd want to draw 2 cards there. On 9E. Looks like Crusader Talent Astrid or Crusader Celestine. Talent Celestine. Okay, make a Crusader. Even going to trade this off as well. Don't want anything on board. Playing out the Astrid.
Is consecrated to this relic.
The flying threat he can more or less handle. Or pray to handle with Living Lightning proc, so... He's got a 50-50 of killing it. Yeah, 3 out of 6 isn't bad odds. Ah, now he has to remove it if he really wants it. Is this worth it, though? Really just to get rid of the big flyer? I mean, perhaps. He just gained some life off of it. I don't know if the playing the 5-cost card to remove this 1 health troop is better than just maybe taking the roll there. I think I would have taken the roll if I was the Space Wolves player. Going to deploy Crusader. Could have dropped the Triumph here. Did not feel the need. Want to just deploy Crusaders. I think that they can remove the Triumph if wanted. It is harder to remove these Crusaders, and well, harder because you don't want to burn removal spells on them. And Wolves trade into them rather well. Going to pressure a little bit. We have 10, 22, 24, and 26 on the crackback, plus the 3 in hand, or the 5 from Exorcist. So lethal presented on board. Alright, not anymore. I don't think so, at least. 9-11. Oops. No, my bad. We'll try that again. 10, 12 plus 9, 21 plus 5. Not quite. We are one shy. Yeah, that forget I say that. Please don't clip it. I'm gonna rock the triumph here. Out comes another Crusader. Definitely just gonna start slamming in pressure. Want to end this game as quickly as possible while we are still in a winning board state. Space Wolves is capable of coming out of crazy stuff. The sad thing with this game is it looks extremely bad for our opponent, but with all these hunt mark triggers on board, it's still very possible for them to clear from here, and that's terrifying to me. It's wild. But I mean, you know, the game is full of crazy mechanics. I mean, Necrons can do it, Chaos can do it, and buff their board a lot of times. You know, Sisters is completely capable of it. Cycling to draw a card here. Making a Hunting Wolf. Somehow I don't feel like this is enough, especially not with the drop pod. Well, this has been a pleasure. Beating Stormcaller. It's like the first one this week. Anyway, let's see where these procs land. Yeah, I don't think there's a possibility that he's gonna fall out of this. And yeah, I did not think so. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you guys tomorrow.
But that's only the second weirdest thing that happened today. Check it out.
So comes my time to stalk the stars.